Reported speech. Here we're going to learn how to give short answers and also how to join two sentences. So first of all, let's look at a sentence. Can you help me? The answer could be yes or no. Now we mustn't write yes or no in our reported speech sentence. Instead, we're going to use the auxiliary verb. So in this case, we've got the word could. It's a helping verb. He asked me if I could help him. Can becomes could. I'm going to use this for my short answer. I replied that I could, or I replied that I couldn't. Please note that after replied, we use the word that. It's not optional. And now let's have a look at another example. Form the short answer again using an auxiliary verb. And here we've got the word will. Will you play with us? Yes or no. And now I'm going to change it into reported speech. He asked me if I, will becomes would, if I would play with them, us becomes them. I replied that I, using my auxiliary verb, would. I replied that I would or that I wouldn't. Let's have a look at it. Yet another example. Are you in trouble? Yes or no. Again, I'm going to change it into reported speech. He asked me if I, are you, becomes you are. In this case, it's I as I am. And now I have to change the tense. I was. So we had quite a long process here. He asked me if I was in trouble. And now I'm going to use my auxiliary verb to give a short answer. I replied that I was or that I wasn't. And we're going to look at one more. Have you joined them? Yes or no? And again, I'm going to change it to reported speech. I'm going to use my auxiliary verb to give my short answer. He asked me if I had joined them. Have becomes had. I replied that I had, or I replied that I hadn't. But what happens if we don't have an auxiliary verb in the question? Let's have a look at an example. Do you eat breakfast? Yes. No, let's change it to reported speech. He asked me if I ate breakfast. Do you eat becomes you eat. You eat becomes I eat. I eat becomes I ate. And now I have my answer if I ate breakfast. But here I don't have an auxiliary verb. And so how do I know how to give a short answer? Well, I'm going to go back to the original sentence, the direct speech. And I'm looking here at this verb. This is my auxiliary verb. I'm going to change it one step back in the past. I'm going to go from do to did. And now I have my auxiliary verb. He asked me if I ate breakfast. I replied that I did, or I replied that I didn't. Another way of doing it is this. If you know how to write your if you know how to write your question as a reported speech sentence, he asked me if I ate breakfast, and you know how to write a question for I ate, for example, I ate, did you eat? Did will be your auxiliary verb that you need. I replied that I did, that I didn't. So you have two options here. Now, what happens when we have to join sentences? When we join sentences, we use and to join the sentence, and then we have another reporting verb. I don't understand. Can you help me, Anna? We've got two sentences. We've got a sentence and a question. I want to join them. I need to add the word and of course, an appropriate reporting verb for the next part. In this case, it's a question. So I'm going to use the word asked. Joe said that he don't becomes didn't understand, and asked, from here I'm going to write and asked, if she could help him. Let's go to the next one. Another example. She isn't coming to our house today. She has an important meeting in the city. Bill said this. Now we're going to report what Bill said. He said that she isn't becomes wasn't. Coming in this case must change to going. I'll explain soon. To remains to. Our becomes their. House. Today becomes that day. And explained because she has an important meeting in the city as an explanation for why she isn't coming to our house. And explained that she has become, had an important meeting in the city remains the same. Now let's just go back to coming and going. Why did I change coming to going? Well, Bill said she isn't coming to our house. But when we report it, we can't say she wasn't coming to because we have to be in their house for her to be able to come to the house. In other words, coming always changes to going unless the person is actually coming to the point that we're talking about. In reported speech, coming usually changes to going because the point of arrival is a different point. And that's all. I hope you understood. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments.